What's up, basement dwellers? Welcome to another edition of the Weekly Protocol. We are back on a hopefully consistent basis.
Well, to be fair, they don't know it, but we had an episode last week. Well, we stood here and talked for an hour and a half.
We practiced.
It was great. It was the best episode could have ever happened, but
We had so many of those at the Dace Man show.
The Overlord said, nah, that episode's gone. Forget about it.
But joining me as always, Frank Ward!
I'm here.
And I'm Chris the Dace Man Dace. This week on the Weekly Protocol, we're going to talk about all kinds of things nerd and nerd-related. No protocol. We're in a reformatting, revisiting ideas phase. And by revisiting, I mean like moving further and further back to the Dace Man show.
Just gonna get Gibby back, and we're right back to square one.
And you know what? He might be there now. So we don't know. We went back to the table. We went back to the two-man format.
Yeah, it's great. It'll work.
We'll be live on Tuesdays before you know it. Anyway, first things first, The Boys came to its conclusion. Yeah, so...
Guess what?
Yeah?
I saw it.
Oh, I would never have guessed.
Yeah, finally saw a thing.
So what are your thoughts?
It was okay. I mean, it was fine. It was fine. I didn't mind the ending. Butcher's ending was kind of just lackluster.
That's fair.
Like, I don't know, either to go out on a more exciting note or something. It was just...
So, it's very obvious that Eric Kripke, who did the Boys medium for Amazon Prime, doing the visual medium, didn't go with the comics ending. The comics ending, Butcher, the descent into...
Butcher wins?
In a way, the dog doesn't set him off in the comics. So,
yeah.
This was kind of like, Ryan doesn't want to be with me. Huey and Starlight are going to go off do their thing. Mother's Milk's going to do her thing. Frenchie's dead, so Kimiko's going to do her thing. I'm all alone. Yeah, fuck it. Everybody needs to die. So it wasn't that in the comics. In the comics, it was like, oh, we killed him. Fucking everyone needs to die because it was the speech of that you still got of there's going to be another one.
Yeah, he still stayed on his morals of like, no, they can't exist. Even though, I mean, I know they approached the fact that he had to cheat in order to, like, you had to be one of them to fight them, and he kept being like, well, that's why I did it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he made that comment to Soldier Boy in one of the episodes.
Yeah.
But instead of doing like this like window of, oh, they all lost their powers, everything's kind of going back to normal, maybe he's just going to go about his business. That doesn't exist in the comics. He just goes from, oh, Homelander's dead, now they all got to die because the next Homelander's out there watching.
Yeah.
And in that rampage in the comics, there's like no survivors. And Huey's left with a bigger PTSD from that. And apparently they do a revisit to Huey's character years later in like a Boys follow-up.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Where are they now?
Yeah, kind of. Well, just where is he now? But this kind of... The director, or the screenwriter, director, showrunner, whatever the fuck he is, Eric Kripke decided he was not going to go the route of the comics. Because he even turned from Black Noir being a Homelander clone.
Oh.
Yeah, so in the comics, he's a Homelander clone that does all the evil things that we see Homelander do through the series.
Yeah.
And is setting Homelander up, but at the same time in the comics, the real Homelander is like, am I doing this?
And he's not even sure, like, what's that mean?
It made him crazy to the point where he started doing some of it.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh no, Black Noir's been Homelander the whole time.
That's me, Austin.
Yes, 100%.
Oh.
Of like, oh, McMahon had to interject himself into the storyline.
Yeah, well, I'm glad they didn't do that because that sounds dumb.
And that was his reasoning. He's like, I didn't care for that.
It's dumb.
But at the same time, I did expect a bigger battle. They kind of just stayed in the Oval Office.
Yeah.
Which was kind of like, it's Homelander. Like, Homelander had some bigger fights with lesser rivals.
Oh, yeah.
And here you are just
staying in just one little in camera view, because like all that was just
and it's your biggest rival too. Like
this is it. This is the moment you were
the tee up 4 episodes earlier was the whole like scorched earth, and they kept referring back to that scorched earth comment that that conversation they had at the table.
Yeah,
I didn't feel scorched earth. But I did enjoy how much of a bitch he was when he finally lost the powers. It wasn't just one jump. I'm gonna realize that I can't fly. I'm gonna do it like 5 times. where I probably could have just bolted out of the room before Butcher realized what the fuck was going on. And then the whole like pleading for his life and yeah, like, oh, I'm gonna just, you know what? If you're gay, you can't do like, dude, that's a hate crime. Don't hurt me. I'm gay now. Like, it was perfect given how shitty he was for the last 10 years. I didn't hate it. I can see why people hated it. I didn't love it. I can see why people loved it. I'm a middle of the road guy where America needs to go.
Yeah, my only kind of gripe, if I was to gripe, and since I'm a gripey kind of guy, I'm gonna gripe, is at least if it went the way of the comic and Butcher won and like everybody died, that's at least an ending.
Well, that was a weird thing too. Like the interviews leading up to it, he's like, no, it's going to be a bloodbath. Everybody was nervous they were going to do the Stranger Things ending where nobody died.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they were terrified of like, and he kept going, no, there's going to be death. Trust me, there's going to be death. And it's like, okay, you killed Frenchie into Deep.
Yeah, and even then, like
Frenchie was the episode before,
right? And argue again, like that was dumb, but fine. It just he did it to himself, just for the clout, and then to have the moment, which I don't. I feel like it would have been more powerful to give him the hero's death of like Homelander actually like fucking like blasted his head off.
Like he tries to fight.
Yeah.
Knowing you're not going to win that fight.
I don't know.
That's what I thought he was when he drug him into the radiation room.
Yeah.
I thought he was like, oh, we're going to try to make this equal. Like in his Frenchie's supposed to be a really smart guy.
Right.
So even I think knowing that he's in the radiation room, he would deteriorate faster than Homelander, so any chance he'd have would be done as well. Like he'd get probably one punch and maybe get him to turn his head.
But at least but right now like the way it happened, it felt like it was for nothing. Let's go in here. Haha, you're gonna feel a little bit of pain from me before you just leave and I die. Like you know what? It almost felt like, what was the point of it even?
Yeah, it's weird because the entire season was to try to paint how unhinged Homelander was, and for him to just be like, all right, the French guy's got radiation poison, I'm out.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Why didn't you destroy the entire lair?
Yeah, or something.
Something like you just they're not here. I'm gonna take the Frenchman's word. You can just choke on your own vomit and leave.
Right, has a weird, solid, just calm moment of like, yeah, all
right. Not a terrible finale.
Just again, everybody could have died. That would have been fine.
The one bitch I have, and I'm gonna go.
Soldier Boy's still alive.
Yeah, I mean he's got the spinoff coming. It's Amazon protecting their IP to continue on with Huey and.
No, I get it, like as a Doctor Who fan, where it's like, when in doubt, bring David Tennant back. You have a safety net. Like if ever the Prime show starts sucking and like Prime needs to fucking hit, the Boys Revisited or Soldier Boy's Adventures.
The crazy thing is, out of that cast, the only one that wouldn't probably return would be Huey. I feel like is it Jack Quaid? Is his name?
Sure.
It's Dennis Quaid's kid. Yeah. He's the only one that seemingly has other projects.
Is he doing other things?
He was in the Star Trek Lower Decks. He had a couple movies. He had that Novocaine movie.
I vaguely
where like he didn't feel pain or whatever the hell it was. He does things. He shows up in things. I have not seen the others in things. Mother's Milk or Starlight. I don't know their names. Like
that's fair.
But the biggest gripe I have about this final season is
had like Ozempic before Ozempic was cool or whatever. Sorry.
Yeah, Mother's Milk all of a sudden looks.
Yeah, or had the fucking what's the hip knee surgery where the you get your face or the face fat sucked out, so you have the like weird.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, it's a thing, evidently.
That, like, I would do that in a heartbeat. I think I still have the baby fat on my face.
Oh, well, me too.
Yeah, like we're
so that's why we're youthful in it.
Yeah, but we're okay.
No, we're not. We're 25.
We're fair. Yeah,
but I feel like she did it, and she was like, not to get on the whole woman look like. Say,
I thought you were talking about Mother's Milk.
Well, him too, because his face got smaller.
His whole body got small. I don't know what the fuck he did.
I don't know, but he was way like. Whenever that was, like season 3 or whatever, it's like
took like a year and a half off, and all of a sudden it was like I didn't know it was the same actor.
Yeah, no, I had to double check too. Of like, hold on, who the fuck is this guy? Like, he looks familiar, but is that him?
Yeah, it went from like Rampage Jackson down to Chris Rock, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But the biggest complaint I had about The Boys, is the thing I told you to do before you started watching the final season was to watch Gen V.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Because the internet kept saying, hey, they're going to show up. The ending of season 2 of Gen V was the characters meeting up with Starlight and Mother's Milk.
Just like Marvel's bringing in all this other stuff, like, yo, you gotta watch this too.
Yeah, and they didn't do anything with them. They brought 2 out of the 5 in, and then of those 2, they benched them in like the 3rd or 4th to last episode. They showed up in the 2nd to last of like, hey, harbor this guy. Apparently, Gen V was supposed to have a 3rd season. Amazon went, nope, this is costing too much. It's not getting enough views. We're going to go the way of Netflix of canceling things before you finish their story.
All willy-nilly.
Yeah, even though we told you were going to have a 3rd season. And he planned for it that the 3rd season of Gen V was going to be the fallout of The Boys season 5. That's why they didn't play too much into season 5 of The Boys.
Okay, yeah.
They were going to be now that Huey and Starlight are having their kid, they were going to be the cleanup crew to kind of wrangle in Vought. I mean, we see that what the hell's his name? I can't say his name. Gus from Breaking Bad.
That's the same. Well, that's his character. Like, that's all he is now, right?
100%.
That's all he is. He's just this.
He's that in The Mandalorian. Anything he's in.
He's just that very smart, evil business guy that like secretly pulls all the strings.
Yeah, and if it has anything to do with drugs, it's cartel. So
yeah,
I know his name. I see his name. I can spell out his name. I can't say his name. But he's back in charge of Vought. They kind of did like a hard reset on that company, and Gen V season 3 was supposed to deal with that.
Okay.
Even though there is no one left of the 7. Yeah, because Sage was powerless. Homelander died. Deep died. Brother, whatever the hell his name was, the preacher died.
Oh. Yeah.
Soldier Boy was frozen. Yeah, nobody was left on the 7 of whatever was left of the 7. Because even they made the joke of like it hasn't been 7
for a while.
Yeah, like maybe the first couple episodes there was a 7. I don't know. I was really pissed off that they did nothing with it, and I can forgive them given the fact that Amazon went, all right, we're going to pull the plug on this because we'd rather float all our money into Lord of the Rings jerk-off project that Bezos does rather than this. But it just feels like a disservice to those characters, and as of right now, no way to revisit those characters because the next spin-off is the prequel, which that trailer dropped. Do you remember the woman?
Firm belief that I just don't think we need prequels.
Well, you're gonna like the prequel because it has your boys in it.
Oh, I guess that does make sense because
yeah,
but still not. I don't.
But it's gonna have the Nazi girl in it too.
I was gonna make a joke about they could be doing supernatural stuff, but that needs to stay dead. Like that's one fandom that like I'd probably be hyped because like I love that show, but it's like it is another thing that needs to stay dead.
Yeah. If it had a perfect ending and you were satisfied with the ending, sure. But that also feels like a series that they could go back and just do a movie that had like this was a side mission that happened during this time frame.
Oh, they could always throw any or they could not to derail totally with supernatural shit, but like they've made references to Supernatural about how like how many times they've died and like higher powers brought them back. So death isn't exactly a final.
Yeah.
For these guys, even though they pointed at so. Long story short, they do point out, like, you guys die again, you ain't coming back, do. And then Dean dies, and Sam lives a life, and then dies, and they reunite in heaven, and woo! That could be all undone just by the lore of the fucking show.
Look at Futurama. They have...
They had the perfect ending.
Yeah, but the perfect ending to also continue.
Also, yeah.
Every single time they've ended it with that, like, oh, there is an off-ramp there. We're not taking the off-ramp. This is the finale. We trust this for the finale. Oh, money? Off-ramp.
Good thing we left this door open.
Do you want to go back and do it all over again? Yeah, because we can get at least 4 more seasons out of it. Which I don't know how that Hulu keeps financing that because they drop all of them at one day.
Yeah.
And then you forget that it's still on Hulu. Like I'll watch Futurama, but it's on like Comedy Central and it's the repeats of whatever they did and maybe some of the older stuff. They don't get any of the newer stuff.
Yeah.
It's weird. But speaking of one-day drops, and I'm sure you haven't watched it.
Want to bet?
Yeah.
Oh, you're probably right.
100%. Spider-Man Noir dropped on Wednesday last week with Nick Cage.
Oh, okay. In my very terrible defense, and it's why I'm not a lawyer, I thought about it. You had brought it up that you had feelings. I'll let you discuss your feelings.
Yeah,
You brought it up, and I'm like, oh, that is a show. I bet we'll talk about it. I should watch. I watched the Thunderbolts instead.
that's fair, and we'll talk about that.
I'm there, just adjacent.
So here's my beef. I really enjoy Lamore Morris.
I also watched Renfield that has Nick Cage.
So the thing with Spider-Man Noir,
Yeah, it's in black and white.
it's in black and white or the true color HV or whatever the hell they call it. The problem with that is if you so I watched that on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
And because I don't pay for streaming services anymore, but I still have that one because of the delivery stuff.
Right. You don't have it because of Prime Video. It's just you want things delivered today.
Yeah.
That they finally got back to. Because for a while there was a moment where it was like 2-day Prime shipping.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, hold up here, motherfucker. Because I don't know if people know, like Jersey has like 7 Amazon warehouses,
Like,
if not more.
in our town.
Yeah, like 20 minutes away. Like if you just fucking drive down 295.
Yeah.
You see the blue buildings fucking everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like
and their lockers are everywhere. Like they're.
So my point being, this should be here today. As soon as I click it, a drone should drop it here.
I should think of I need this and it's on its way.
Yes. So that's why you have Prime Video.
Yes, that's why I have Prime Video. The problem with the Prime Video is when you just let it auto run.
Yeah.
I don't know why
Where it
one
goes.
of the but I don't know why one of the top tier technology companies can't play all of one style. So what I mean by that is they're running through the fucking streaming service, and I started with black and white because Nick Cage was on the like. Spider-Man Noir is supposed to be like a 1920s black and white gangster type style.
Watch it black and white for the vibe.
Yeah. I mean, and even when they did this Into the Spider-Verse, they brought him over still as black and white character.
Yeah.
So like, all right, I'm on board. Let's do this. Let's give it this full run.
Sure.
And I started the first episode. The second episode played in color.
And you're like, I can see.
And I went,
oh
well, shit. I'm not gonna change it.
You're not gonna like stop it to like change the fucking setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Third episode, black and white. Okay. Maybe it was just a hiccup.
Rolling the dice on which way.
Fourth episode, let's go back to color. Fifth episode, we're going to stay in color. What? So the problem with the color version of this is, because they tried to stay so true to the 1920s style,
yeah,
the backgrounds are this. And for those of you listening to the audio version, I don't know why, but if you are, I just rubbed our backdrop curtain.
Yeah.
That's what they did for the cityscapes.
Oh,
you can't really tell in black and white because it's in black and white that it's not real. Like you kind of like
you can hide your thing. We should start doing this in black and white. We could hide so many mistakes.
Oh, 100%. That's why Clerks is in black and white. It's cheaper. It was the best way to do it.
Yeah.
But the moment you switched it to color,
you can tell.
You can tell hard, and you can tell like some of the outfits that like if they wanted a character wear brown, it's a very bright brown in color. To make it distinguishable in black and white from not being like every color's black. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. So it's if you do get around watching it, I would suggest to just stay in black and white.
When we're on to this, whatever this is in like 2030.
It's Spider-Man Noir season 5.
Yeah, because I'm roughly 3 to 4 years behind everything, which is
that's fair.
Better than I have been. So
the black and white version is definitely better. It's an interesting choice of villains they chose.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the other problem, and here's why I don't think I got into it right away. I did get into it by the end of it. I did enjoy it by the end of the project. One, he's Ben Reilly, and as a comic backdrop, Ben Reilly is, I think, the 2099 Spider-Man clone.
Okay.
So Peter Parker gets cloned through experiments, blah, blah, blah. They figure out that Peter's a clone, and to give Peter's clone a life, they name him Ben Reilly, and Ben Reilly goes out and lives his life.
They named him Ben Reilly?
So he can live his own, like, he chose the name Ben.
Okay.
Because of Uncle Ben.
Sure.
And he went and lived his life as Ben Reilly.
That's fine. I don't know why I'm hung up on the names. It just
Riley's probably like
Peter Parker, and then it's just like, oh, what do we call this one? Ben. Okay, I get that, but then just the Riley part of it?
Riley's probably like a comic writer or like an artist that probably did something. It's probably an ode to someone. And that's just me spitballing. Like, if Sal was here, he would tell exactly the fucking reason why he was named Ben Reilly. But Nick Cage's character is Ben Reilly, which is kind of weird because in the Spider-Noir comics, he's Peter Parker. He's Peter Parker in a different universe.
Okay. I'm trying to follow.
In the 1920s. So it's part of the multiverse.
Yeah. No, yeah, I got that. So so like possibly this Nick Cage is maybe the Ben Reilly that's Peter Parker's
He's not.
clone. Oh.
So
but he's named the clone as like a hat tip?
Oh, I don't want to do
or is this a boner
spoiler thing? So it made me appreciate why he was Ben Riley when they announced it later. He was in the war. He saved a platoon that was captured by Nazis that were, or maybe it was Nazis. Yeah, I think it was. It might have been 40s then they were doing this. Um, I don't remember. He captured. It was one of the world wars.
Yes,
and they were doing.
Germans were involved.
Yeah, they were doing experiments on American soldiers. That's where he got his spider powers from because he was bit by one of the experiments, like a guy who was like half spider, half man.
Yeah,
and that's how he got his powers. But from what I'm gathering in the war, his name was not Ben Riley. So they never explicitly say his name was Peter Parker. But when he meets up with some of the people because everyone he saved ended up having powers.
Oh, convenient.
They all went the course of a bad guy. He did.
As one does.
Yeah.
I probably would. If you gave me powers, there's a good chance heel turn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was a full heel turn, and then there was like a these circumstances are making me. It's the Sandman. The Sandman has the same fucking story and everything.
Yeah.
Where it's like he doesn't want to be a bad guy, but he has to be a bad guy.
But he has to because the world sucks.
Yeah. And that's kind of what it is. But it's got to be World War One because the Prohibition was going on.
Yeah.
The mob boss that they all worked for, who is Brendan Gleeson.
Okay.
Which love him as an actor too. So that's why I was really like I didn't give up on it with having him and Nick Cage in it. They're basically smuggling alcohol. That's why the 20s stuck in my head because of the Prohibition era.
Okay.
Which again, it's a multiverse, so they could technically Prohibition maybe never got repealed.
Right, or the Nazis were there the whole time.
Yeah, something like that. But the experiments were happening. So he's Ben Riley, PI, the private detective. But when he confronts some of the people he rescued, they all keep going, that's not the name I knew you by. But I don't, and maybe I missed it, but they never explicitly like, oh, your name's Peter Parker.
Yeah. They just do the weird, like, that's not what.
That's not, yeah, that wasn't your name.
Could be just Slippy Sausage Man.
Yeah, but the villains they also brought in were a little weirder, or at least not the A-lister villains you would expect. They brought in Sandman, Flint Marko. They brought in Tombstone, which is another gangster, but he wasn't a gangster in this. They just went with like, he was an underling.
Oh, okay.
And then Megawatt, which he is a villain in the Spider-Man gallery, like the gallery, but you think normally Electro as the big bad guy electric guy. But they went with Megawatt, fine, that's fine. Megawatt was full tilt evil. Tombstone was eviler than Sandman.
Evil-ish.
And then they eventually developed a cure for this stuff. So two of those
evil
for the
black and white
mutations. So eventually they cure Sandman, they cure Tombstone, and he kills Megawatt.
Oh, well,
he threw him into a train. Whether he dies or not, spoiler alert, who knows?
Probably not.
And then Brendan Gleeson's character was Silvermane, which was like Batman's Falcone and like the mob bosses. Not really a super powered villain, but like
just a smart guy.
Smart guy, 50,
cunning. That's what
ran everything. He dies too. So they wiped out all the villains, but could leave open for a second season. I don't know if this was supposed to be a one-off or not. It did really well in views and streaming. At least that's what Amazon touted. You never can know those fucking sources because they control their numbers and what they release.
It was really good. It was better than The Boys.
Yeah. That's kind of what they touted. Like after having such a bad finale, this premiere was really good.
Convenient for you that happened that way, Amazon.
It's an interesting tactic. If that was the case of what they were like, all right, we don't know if this is going to do well. We don't know if this is going to play well. Let's give them like 3 villains that are you know of Sandman because he's been in a Raimi movie, but like all right, you technically still have Vulture, Goblin, and most of them are just scientists that experiment and you get like steampunk versions of their villains. Could have those. It's funny. Nick Cage is funny in this. I love Lamore Morris. He plays Winston in New Girl.
Oh, okay.
He's just Winston from New Girl with the shing. So you get that little bit of gangster to it. His secretary's pretty funny. They bring in Felicia Hardy, which is the cat or Black Cat, into this, but she doesn't.
Cat?
No, she doesn't do any of her superhero stuff. And then they allude to the fact that Ben Riley's love interest had died previously, and that's kind of what made him hang up the mask for a bit and why he's not doing that shit at the beginning of the series.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why it took me a while to get into it, because the beginning of the series, it's a gangster movie, and I don't care for those
You're
too
not
much.
big into the gangster movie thing?
It's
trying to think. You know, it's something I almost went to watch because again, I'd like to stay up and relevant. What was The Sopranos?
I watched that.
I've never seen The Sopranos all the way. Like all those good. Like I tried it with the X Files. I tried to go back and watch X Files.
I was not able to get through that.
No, it's very '90s of it all. Like
that's one where I feel like if you try to go back to it, somebody should list out the important episodes and say, don't watch all 23, watch these 5, these 10, because that was in the era of 23 episodes, force a fucking filler show.
Yeah, but
because I had the problem with Star Trek: The Next Generation.
It's a whole different thought though, because I almost missed that.
I miss it for comedies.
I was gonna say for good shows that are like, because Supernatural actually same deal. Their seasons are fairly long.
23.
I don't think they went 23, but like they weren't the 8 or whatever the fuck they're doing.
I do think it needs to be longer by 8.
They had a few filler episodes where like, yeah, you just have a fucking weird offbeat fucking
mission.
Yeah, Ghost Facers was one of their things. Like it was just it was a nice break from the drama of what they're doing. But same with X Files. Like I could see that in the X Files. Like all this shit going on. Like here's a break from it. Here's a weird episode where it's a talking turd or something.
Yeah,
it can be good. But again, just when
I think it plays better with comedies, because there's a lot of comedies like It's Always Sunny, the Scrubs reboot, even like I like the new Tim Allen one, Shifting Gears. They only do 10.
I'm sure the Tim Allen one's good because it's just the same thing Tim Allen's always done, isn't it? I'm assuming
with Kat Dennings this time.
Yeah.
So at least now there's another
funny
equal kind of comedy force, whereas before it's like Tim's the comedy force and we'll build around him.
Yeah.
This was like, no, we're gonna bring in Kat, who's already established as well, and Sean William Scott's in it.
What? No, I know. I'm just. What has he been doing? Has he done anything since?
He's been bopping around and like he was in The Righteous Gemstones for a season. He bops around from thing to thing.
Does he still look the same?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Like he did not
glasses or something. I don't know.
No, he 100%. Same hair. Like maybe just no. I think he still had like the stubble.
Yeah.
So he hasn't really changed. But I think with comedies it works better because like Abbott Elementary can still pull 22 episodes.
Yeah.
I get the hits still do 22, but like that did 22 as a lead-in.
Yeah.
To Shifting Gears 10 and then Scrubs reboot 10.
Oh yeah. Well,
which is fine.
Those were like yeah. I get it kind of more though. Like again, Tim Allen's like 70, probably just doing this because. I don't know, he doesn't know what else to do with his time, I assume.
There was an interview where somebody pointed out that Buzz is sounding old to him in the like he was talking about. He's like, we were doing voice recordings and they're like, we can kind of hear the gravel.
Yeah,
and he's like, oh man.
So I get that, and like the Scrubs reunion, like I get not doing a long run of that
in case it didn't work.
Yeah,
but now that they've renewed it for season 2, I wouldn't hate for like it only went 9. I wouldn't hate for it to go. Maybe 15, like double that, maybe 18.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of characters they left out because they were trying to do new characters in the 9 to push them, which means that you can't share screen time with like the janitor, Dr. Cox, everyone you wanted.
You'd have time if you did more. There's probably some in the industry of like, well, the problem is there's so many eyes to watch certain things, and like you can't do a long run of things because like some production.
I think it comes down to like the flexibility, because there was a day and age where like Bill Cosby was an NBC guy.
Oh yeah.
You would not see Bill Cosby on any other goddamn network.
Yeah.
Bill Lawrence, who does Scrubs, has a show for ABC, has a show for Apple TV, has 2 shows for Apple TV.
And all of his actors are in all of them.
Yep. And he's got to be on, he's like helping showrun, and then he's got another one on HBO. He's got 4 shows going right now.
Bill Lawrence verse.
Yeah.
Of everything.
But at the same time, that's the same thing with the Taylor Sheridan over at Paramount. Although he is sticking to one network. All the fucking Yellowstone spinoffs and all that bullshit. But there's that more flexibility because Judy Reyes, she's on Scrubs and High Potential.
Okay.
John C. Reilly is on Scrubs and Rooster.
Yeah.
Zach Braff is on Scrubs and then directing everything else for Bill Lawrence because he likes to direct more than act these days. There's more flexibility. Whereas back when we were watching in the 90s, it was like, no, Bill, you're ours. You're not going. Ross and Rachel, you don't fucking leave this station.
Well, that's the thing, is that there was also less places to go.
Yeah.
Now it's everybody and their brother's got a streaming service that wants to film their own shit and like I guess my point is there might be just too much that it's like nobody's gonna put nobody's going to contract out a 22 episode long
Mhm.
season because they're like, how do we know it's going to work?
And on the
if
flip
so-
side, Abbott Elementary, where it is doing 22,
Mhm.
you don't see those guys in anything else. So like, in an instance with
That's cable.
yeah, but
Maybe
like
that's it.
I think it also comes to your point to the actor. Zach Braff wants to go to direct other things. Judy Race and John Riley are in other things. Sarah Chalk's in other things. She does Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
So like it's to the point of like, well, we can't actually lock them down now. And that might have been something the Screen Actors Guild just like broke the walls down at some point and allowed them to start doing all that, which then makes it harder to go 22 to your point.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. Just like the 8 episode long season just feels so short for a lot of things. Where it's like there was so much more story you could have told somewhere in this. Not even without the filler episodes.
It's awful to the point where it's also like a 2-year break in between.
That too, because my retarded brain that doesn't. Can we say the R word?
Yeah,
anymore? Is
well,
that
I
bad?
mean, it's back
Okay, just checking.
till
No.
2029.
Okay, good. No, just without the flashback thing, like what happened 2 years ago? I don't know. Like, but the weird thing is then like the boys, because since I just watched that,
Yeah.
I still remember. Ask me next week, but every episode has the flashback. It's like this just happened.
Mhm.
Like you didn't need to flashback what you released. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just at this point, you don't need that.
Yeah, but hey, if you're gonna bring back some fucking obscure character, please, please tell me where the hell they came from.
There was times though it was flashback and stuff that.
Oh, they flashback Maeve.
Yeah.
And then Maeve didn't show up, so everybody got hyped at the beginning of the episode, like, "Oh, Maeve's in the finale," and then it's like, "No, Maeve retired from acting.
Yeah,
she didn't come back." They asked her 100 times, she didn't come back. Maybe this was a shot from the director at her for not coming back.
Look, you would have been loved, but you didn't come.
Yeah, you see how mad they're mad at you now.
It's your fault, bitch.
Yeah, we were gonna do it.
We'll release tweets. But yeah, you need like a half-hour-long episode before the new season to recap the old season to remember what happened.
You know what? Do you watch The Bear?
No, but I know it's the cooking show, right?
Yeah. So
it's not about
they
bears.
dropped a surprise episode. Yeah. So before the 5th season drops at the end of this month, they decided to do an episode, and this is John Barenthal doing John Barenthal things. Him and Eben Bach Moth, the guy who plays the Thing.
No, Bok Choy's back.
Anyway, they're in a play together, so they decided to go shoot an episode. They wrote and shot an episode together of The Bear, which is a prequel episode, called Gary, Indiana, which was just like a one-off of them doing some kind of thing for the uncle. So they do this whole thing. It's them spending Gary. They're all fighting the argument. The episode ends in the present, which is presumably before season 5. And so I know you don't watch. John Barenthal's character's dead.
Oh,
so he's an off screen. He dies off screen before season 1. Commits suicide. That's what brings the Bear, the Jeremy Allen White, back. That's the whole. Well, the Bear is a restaurant. But it brings the brother back to run that restaurant because John Barenthal's character killed himself. Allegedly. Well, no, he did.
Allegedly.
It's what moves the whole plot. So
allegedly.
if he just showed back up,
you said it was off screen. Nobody.
It's fair. If you want to go that conspiracy route, he's not going to show up as
everybody off.
Oh, it would, because it's like core to the fucking plot and the trauma these people deal with.
Nerds, he's alive.
These financial issues they deal with, like it's.
He's been on a beach in Maui this whole fucking time.
If he wakes up and is like, "Oh, that was a dream," like it would just fucking irritate the hell out of the world. But it flashes to the present where Richie, who's played by the other one, the three name guy.
Yeah.
He's in a car looking at the passenger seat, remembering that story, and then he goes in the intersection and gets hit by. He goes, "Oh no!" And then the truck just like rams him.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So.
Is he dead too?
Well, that's the thing. Now it's present. I forget what happened in season 4. Well, actually, I remember what happened in season 4. The very last moment is Jeremy Allen White's character going, "I'm out. I'm handing it over to you," to Richie.
Yeah.
And now Richie just got plowed by a fucking car, which is presumably after that point and before the beginning of season 5.
What kind of car was he driving? Like, you got side airbags now. Like, there's a lot of things. Like, people live.
I mean, I'm sure he's going to live, but I think it's going to be the point where he can't cook now.
Was he driving a Subaru? Those are #1 safety rated according.
They didn't show the outside of the vehicle. They were inside the vehicle, so it was a sedan. But
probably not a Subaru.
My thought is, I feel like season 4 was supposed to be the end,
Uh-huh.
and the network, being a greedy network, we want more.
Yeah.
Season 5, how do we get back the guy that just said he was done? Go run it.
We got to break the guy.
Yeah, fucking hit the guy with a Mack truck that's supposed to be running it. So now we got to bring him back to help fill in why the guy that got hit by a Mack truck either A, died,
yeah, or
because
heals up,
or heals up, or he's off shooting Avengers Doomsday, and we can't actually bring him in right now. So we're stuck with that.
That could have been it the entire time.
100%.
Oh, hey, Marvel called, so I'm gonna do that, and they're like, but you.
And
okay,
then the Punisher showed up, and went, hey, I got an idea how we're gonna get the hell you off the show. Meanwhile, the other ones are like, well, why did Marvel call me? Because you're in Star Wars now, as a Hut. It just felt it was a weird drop for an episode.
Yeah,
and it came out 2 months before the season was supposed to drop,
just to get you ready for like, hey,
yeah,
it's gonna pivot.
So it's either they knew what they were doing,
Gotta pivot.
or they went, hey, we're gonna start with Richie in the hospital, but we didn't explain why he's in the fucking hospital.
Yeah,
and then this is how we're gonna do it.
Do you think we drop a YouTube short of like Corey getting hit by a car?
You got to get her in a car
where she went.
Yeah, like, hey, can you hold this for a second? And then just,
hey, stand right here.
I would take a lot of work on the editor's part. But it's to your point of like the Bears only 10 episodes.
Mm-hmm. They didn't want to waste an episode on that, so
Yep.
like, yeah, let's burn one in the middle out of nowhere.
Oh, especially because if that's the season premiere, you're gonna be like, why is it just Richie and John Barenthal's character?
Yeah.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum. There's no flying in baseball!
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Why so serious?
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
I love you.
I know.
Here's Johnny!
Join Trisha Bell every other Friday as she discusses 4 Real movies on 4 Real Combos.
Yeah, the bucket. We're affiliated with
Smackin'.
Sunflower Seeds. I'm a great Sylvan.
So when your friends bail on your video games, don't smack them, smack some seeds.
Yeah, they have a bunch of flavor. They got garlic parm. You got to pick these up when I'm done. Cinnamon churro. You told me not to do that, didn't you? Oh, damn it. Maple brown sugar. Pizza.
Yeah, that's a limited flavor though.
Oh.
I don't know if it's still there. It might still be available.
We have some you can buy them directly from me.
Yeah.
$50 pack. Ranch. There's also cracked pepper. Basically, if you thought of a flavor and wondered, could they slap these on some seeds? They probably did.
Yeah, if you've seen their advertisements, they tell you that you guys ask for way too much, and then go, boom, we did it. And I'm like, oh, I didn't ask for that one.
Be fucking happy.
But Smackin', link in the bio, 10% off of your purchase of these sunflower seeds. Bold flavor. Don't smack your friends. Smack some seeds.
And for what
I feel like we could do that at the end of every protocol.
Smack each other?
Don't smack the thing we talked about. Smack some seeds.
I'm actually like this.
I like the bucket.
I was just gonna say this is a nice bucket.
Smack into a Slim Jim! Ah, shit. Wait, these are seeds. Smackin' seeds. Yay.
Are you a fan of the Philadelphia Phillies? Want to hear local takes from fellow fans?
Never a doubt, baby. Never a doubt. I knew they were going to be where they're at right now. I knew they're coming in. I'm pretty sure we did talk about how they were taking over the Braves this year.
Well, check out the Jersey Fanatics.
Yeah, if you're sort of fit, go into the center field and just talk to the security guard and see if he can pull you down.
Tyler, Eric, and the Dace Man break down all things Philadelphia Phillies from a South Jersey perspective.
I have a whole theory. I know I told you guys, but I think for every pitch tomorrow, we should just boo them. Every single pitch.
Available wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Join the Dace Man every other Friday as he talks about what he wants, when he wants, varying from topics with his personal life, influences on his life, and events that have happened throughout his life. Join the Dace Man on a Dace-tacular mind.
So it's weird. TV's weird. Speaking of TV and things being weird, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert also went off the air in our time we've been gone.
We didn't talk about that yet.
We didn't, but we did. And It's weird. I made the comment on Twitter and to people that like Johnny Carson was the late night to our grandparents. Letterman was the late night to our parents, and then Colbert was kind of late night for us because he's been around for 25 years, 26 years, no, 23 years.
Yeah, not all as the Late Show though.
Not
Yeah,
as the Late Show. 11
Like,
years. Yeah.
At first, I was really confused and had an existential crisis.
11 years at the Late Show, 10 years at the Colbert Report, and I think like 3 or 4 years at the Daily Show.
Yeah.
So he's really been a late night fixture. At least if you even exclude the Daily Show stuff, 2005 is when he made a debut on the Colbert Report, which was our junior year, heading into our senior year. So literally our entire adult life, he's been the late night guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Letterman was still around, but if you think about it, for people like our parents who watched Letterman, Carson was still around till 93. Unless you're a Leno guy, but then we're not going to talk to you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, well, that's not funny. That means you're a Fallon guy too, and it's like, Johnny diverted the timeline into a horrible way. It's the Tonight Show could have been hosted by Letterman and then Colbert, or maybe even Conan would have still had it, because I doubt. Well, I don't know what would have happened in that weird multiverse, because Letterman, like, I don't know. Because you think about the circumstances where NBC was like, oh no, we're going to go Leno. Leno runs his length, and then he goes, you know what, you're old, so we're going to kind of like start thinking transition. Where CBS is like, nah, Dave, you go as long as you want.
Just keep pushing.
Yeah.
Keep pumping.
Would NBC have said that to Dave?
Right. But that's a smarter way to do it, like, at least in my non-corporate American mind. But, like, if somebody's watching this guy that they love and, like, this guy's there, yeah, do it till the wheels fall off.
Yeah, which was Johnny. And then ultimately Letterman. And then...
Well, not so much
Colbert. Not Colbert. Colbert could be. We don't know what his next moves are. His very next day, he went and aired a show of Only in Monroe, where he did a show from public access doing in Monroe, Wisconsin, or Michigan. And CBS is not very happy with that. They keep trying to take it down off YouTube anywhere it pops up. So that happened.
Playing whack-a-mole with it.
Yeah, essentially. And Steven just keeps uploading it.
They like own his name or something still?
I don't
keep
know.
Rights to him?
I don't know if maybe he's still under contract until like the end of the month.
Yeah.
And he aired it like the next day. So maybe he was still under contract. I was like, you can't just go host that. Which is funny because he hosted that public access show a month before he jumped on to the Late Show. That was his in-between gig.
Oh, yeah.
Between the Colbert Report and that. Which then it was a problem because I think Viacom was separate from Paramount, because there was that whole like beginning stretch where he couldn't do any Colbert Report gimmicks on the Late Show.
Right, because it was a proprietary of Central or whatever.
And then Paramount bought Comedy Central. Then he could do it, and now Paramount's buying Warner Brothers. So watch out, John Oliver. He pissed a lot of people off on the way out, which is I think funny and the most Colbert Report thing to do. Because apparently he went after, I didn't pick up on it, but a lot of the shots he did in his monologue were at the current head of the news for CBS.
Oh, really?
And she didn't
take into the whole system.
Yeah,
the whole company.
And then so the last week, she basically instructed all the CBS morning shows to not address the Late Show finale.
What to what he talked about? Like, oh yeah. Fuck you, Steven. Don't talk about it.
Don't even promote that it was his last show.
Oh.
Like, just, he doesn't exist anymore. During the week of his last shows.
Yeah.
To which Paramount, allegedly the Paramount higher-ups looked at the person and went, I don't know why you're pulling this shit now when we're about to merge, and we'll just take the head of CNN. So, why would you sabotage our network? Yeah, we're getting rid of them, but we still want what's left in the tank.
Yeah.
And you're just shitting on that. But what was left in the tank is apparently a historical night for him as well, because for the first time in, I would say probably the streaming era and the era of YouTube videos, the Late Show had a 7.5 million viewer at 11:35, which has not happened since the Dave J days.
There's a crazy thing when a finale is announced that people tune in. Like back in the day, we had a show called the Dace Man Show that ran for about a decade.
Oh my god, yeah.
And
I see where you're going with this.
And
smacking.
And finally, at one point, Dace was like, well, we all decided, but Dace posted on his Facebook saying like, hey, this is our last episode. We're taking a break. Like, he's about to become a dad. He's got to focus on shit. We're redoing life.
Yeah.
And we had our biggest show ever.
Yeah, we had what?
When it all ended.
We had teen numbers.
So not like late show numbers, but
It was 4 times our normal viewership, not including us as viewers.
Yeah. So really, you just got every show's got to be your last.
Yeah, and it also helped that both both Fallon and Kimmel went on break.
Wait, oh.
Kimmel specifically doing a live show Wednesday saying, "Hey, watch him tomorrow. They have a good staff, good writing, enjoy the finale, and then never turn on CBS again." And that's true, because the next night for Comics Unleashed for Byron Allen, the replacement, it got the lowest rating at 11:35 in the history of CBS with a 0.24 rating, meaning somehow lower than what Comics Unleashed got if you accidentally left on the TV with The Late Show and Colbert.
Yeah, like people walk through empty rooms with being like, why the fuck is this on this TV?
Yeah.
They changed it when it's like,
yeah,
nobody's even watching it. Like,
so
it shouldn't be on.
The first quarter of the hour, you got that Colbert bump. You had nothing. Like, the news couldn't even save you. So, yeah, purely financial reasons when it comes to that. It's wild. I understand that Byron Allen is paying for the time slot.
Didn't he buy the slot? Like he was like, hey, I want that.
But there's no way what he's paying for that time slot
makes up for
the advertising that they're going to lose.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming he still got the advertising, because like they probably bill it out a month. Like, all right, month of May, you're gonna run these ads. That's fine.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get that nice little. Well, you wouldn't have it anymore as of tonight, but I can't see how that structure survives unless they're just giving up on that completely. Like, hey, after the news, we don't care. Like, it essentially, this is off air. If you want to buy the time, fine. If not, we get it. You're gonna go watch something else anyway.
Just gonna say paid programming on the TV guide.
Pretty much, and that's basically what it is. It's paid programming for Byron Allen. The finale was pretty good. We talked about this maybe, where the Colbert Report, he knew his end date 2 years in advance, so he wrote the finale of the Colbert Report.
Mm-hmm.
This was kind of dropped on him after making some jokes that were not received well by people in power. And then the merger went through, and they were like, "Hey, you're done in May. We're done." And I think he still had a contract to keep going, but it was just like, "No, you're canceled. We're done.
You're done. Get the fuck out."
So he didn't know what to do. They did this whole bit about like his final guest was going to be huge. It was going to be the Pope. People were appearing in the audience: Paul Rudd, Bryan Cranston, Tim Meadows. I was like, "Oh, am I your last guest?" No. That type of thing. Just basically a cameo fest to do the end of it.
Anybody that was hanging around New York at the time, like, come on in.
Yeah. And then they actually had Paul McCartney do it, and then they did "Hello Goodbye" as the final song, which is nice. Which I'll give him credit for that. The finale, he did that song because the penultimate episode, the night before, he let Bruce Springsteen go on there and just basically sing his "Go Fuck Yourself" Trump song.
Yeah.
He's like, "Go ahead, sing your Minneapolis song where you just tear him a new asshole. That's fine." But hey, it's gonna suck. I'm excited to see where he goes with his next journey. We talked about this in the Lost episode.
We can bring him on the show.
The Late Show isn't owned by CBS. It's owned by Worldwide Pants, which is Dave
Worldwide
Letterman.
Pants?
Yep, that's Dave Letterman's production company.
Yeah, okay.
And was licensed to Colbert's production company, which is then licensed to CBS. Technically, The Late Show could pop up somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Will it pop up somewhere else with Colbert? Probably not. Because I doubt he's going to want to license it from Dave. To continue. Like, Dave could bring it back. Dave has a talk show on Netflix. My next guest randomly pops
whenever
up.
He feels like it. Whenever he feels like talking to somebody.
It's like a homeless guy just walks like, "Hey, Barack, you want to talk?" It really comes down to that. So technically, that franchise could live on. This isn't the first time The Late Show's been off the air for an extended time. I think between Dave and Colbert, it was off of air for like 5 months. I don't know if they ran reruns. They probably ran reruns, but
probably
it was.
But not live or actively being recorded.
Yeah, because they were doing the renovations. The Ed Sullivan Theater. The Ed Sullivan Theater is available for rent if you guys are looking. That was part of the I guess, the uniqueness of Paul McCartney being the final guest because he did perform in the Ed Sullivan Theater on the Ed Sullivan Show. So they talked about that.
Full circle.
Full circle. Probably the only one left alive besides Ringo.
Yeah, Ringo wasn't invited, huh?
No. Does Ringo do anything? Is Ringo... I know he's alive, but is he alive?
Last thing I ever know, Ringo, he was doing...
Keith Richards is alive. He should still be alive.
Ringo was doing an infomercial last time I saw him, I think. It was for, like, music stuff, I think. It was, but this was probably years ago, back when infomercials were still on TV.
That's fair. They are. They're on Freeform.
Yeah, well, that's where Ringo lives now.
But yeah, Colbert's done. Damn shame. We're now stuck with the Jimmys and Seth.
Who, well, I mean, I don't really watch.
I don't watch anything now. Like, the weird thing is, when you're stuck in a hotel...
I would catch I would catch Colbert if I was at a place where I had cable.
Yeah, and you had to watch...
Cable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't have options to streaming or anything like that. He was the preferred late night to turn on. In both scenarios. I actually tried to watch The Rapport as much as... I actively went on my way to watch that. The Late Show, if I had to pick from the 3 shows that are on at 11:35, it was him.
Oh, 100%.
And we talked about this before. Kimmel's okay. He when he's angry, he seems to be funny, which I get that. And then Fallon just laughs at his own shit when it's not funny, and even if it is funny, he ruins it by laughing at his own shit. So,
yeah, again, Fallon, like, kudos to him though for just being the gimmick guy, and just getting gimmicks and guests. Which I get, it's a talk show and it's supposed to be gimmicky. I'm not saying it doesn't take talent. I'm just saying it's just not what I'm looking for in late night TV.
Kudos to him for being an opportunistic man.
That's yes.
One, being so mid on SNL in a time where other people got acting jobs. Jay retired and Conan got stuck in that weird thing, but Lauren still had producer rights to the Tonight Show. And Lauren looking at his roster going, yeah, you're the only one here. Will Ferrell's doing other things. Like, basically, when you look, he looked at his roster of who can I put into the Tonight Show. Seth Meyers was just starting as a head writer. Jimmy Fallon was walking away. Tina Fey was doing Third Rock. He probably went, Tina would be great. Tina's busy. Tina doesn't want it. Jimmy,
what are you doing?
You sat next to her on Weekend Update. I guess you could do it. That's just a man being opportunistic. Because Lauren had producer's rights over Conan's Tonight Show. They canceled the Tonight Show with Conan, and Lauren still had producer rights. And again, looked at his roster, Seth Meyers probably would have been the logical choice, or at least the guy
at the time.
No, because he was doing Weekend Update at the time, I think.
I liked Conan though, for the record.
I didn't hate Conan, but Conan also came off the same thread of Dave, and NBC just wasn't going to like him out the gate because they didn't like Dave.
Yeah, there was some. I don't remember. I think there was a Conan documentary. I think I watched about how like it was a tough fight for him to get the gig because like nobody wanted him to fucking have it, but like
to get Dave's show, he was just a writer on SNL. He had no screen time whatsoever, and Lauren went, "You're gonna go to the late or what's the one? Is it the Late Show or the Late Show? No,
the show of
late night. It was late night.
Yeah.
So, you're going to do late night.
More different names if you're going to keep
Dave's going to go do the late show at CBS. You go do late night because Dave's leaving. And he was just a writer. And basically, I think NBC at the time was just like, well, Lauren can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
And we don't really care about that
other one
12:35 time bracket.
Yeah.
And that's how Conan got going. And then when it was like, Jay needs a replacement. And the natural line of succession is the guy that's behind him.
Right. You
should move up.
Them down. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And they went, but like long enough to like Conan got what 10 months, and then got the rug pulled out on him, and then they should have just been as big of dickheads as they were to Dave. Like, no, we're gonna go outside.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, just it would have been better because then you would have had Conan on TBS a lot earlier.
That's fair. I also like Craig Ferguson too.
I liked him.
Ones I like.
No.
His stand-up is fucking fantastic too.
I really enjoyed his interview style. Yeah, he's got a show on CNN now of American by Choice, where CNN just sent him out across America to interview America.
Felt like talking.
Yeah, So I'm actually, I think it debuted this past weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
I
So
might have to think about checking that out.
yeah, if you were recording on a Saturday, it's tonight.
Oh.
Anyway, I liked his interview style because it wasn't. He had cards.
That he used more as just like talking, like
Yeah, I'm just gonna smack these things around.
Yeah.
Whereas like you look, I think literally everybody else on that landscape had a structure to their interview process. His felt chaotic and didn't really care what you were there to promote.
whatever intrusive thought came through his head, he's just like, I'm gonna say it.
Yep. Oh, or just stare at your tits. Like he did not care.
Yeah.
And it's weird
Because I'm Irish and I can.
he was always the guy who's like, oh, that's Drew Carey's boss. Like that's all I knew him from was, oh, that's Drew Carey's boss.
Yeah.
Why's he got a late night show?
Yeah.
And then they brought in James Corden. I'm like, oh, is that what they do this time? But yeah, I liked him a lot. I liked Conan.
Yeah.
Colbert. I like Stewart. But when it was between Stewart and Colbert, I always drifted more to Colbert. I felt Colbert hit more on the funny. And John also does the Fallon thing where he laughs a lot.
Yeah, well, he's gotten better. Like, at least he does it occasionally, but I think it's more when he accidentally gets himself on a pop that he didn't expect to pop.
Yep.
Like, he'll say a line and then the audience pops and he's like, I wasn't prepared for it. So he laughs too and has to like.
Or I feel like the other thing John has to deal with is he's got correspondence. I do feel like
sometimes they
improv. So like he might know where the idea is going, but doesn't know exactly what's going to come out of their mouth.
Yeah.
And then you get someone like a Colbert or Carell that is your fucking. You're just screwed.
Yeah.
I did like him. I didn't hate. What the hell was the guy that replaced Colbert? Larry Fillmore, the black guy.
Oh yeah, that was a very brief.
Yeah. Oh, it did not last long, and that whole time just died because they even tried something with Jordan Klepper, but didn't put him on. They didn't put him on after John. They put him on at like prime time.
Oh, okay.
And it was Colbert, the Colbert Report-esque.
Yeah.
And it just didn't, for some reason, he doesn't work.
Yeah.
I didn't care for Trevor Noah. I do think he's funny and doing his stand-up, and I do think he makes some poignant points.
The problem, Trevor Noah, he should write the script and have somebody else present it. I think it's his accent.
Yeah.
His delivery, I guess, is overall, but I think it's his accent.
I don't like how he delivers his jokes.
Yeah.
But when he's not, I guess, not reading the teleprompter or not reading, like, if he goes off script, I think he's funny.
Really?
Because he feels more natural.
That could be.
Whereas, like, when he's doing the bits, it doesn't feel too, like, I've watched a lot of his behind-the-scenes
comedy. He feels like he just wants to have finger guns when he's doing these things.
Yeah. But I've watched a lot of his behind-the-scenes things where they take questions from the audiences, and his responses to those are hilarious. It's like, why don't you do that, like, when the rest of the world's watching?
Right.
Maybe you would have lasted a bit longer.
Maybe that's fair, yeah. Because, like, half of his, the words that he said, it's like, all that should have been funny. But, like, it just was delivered
weird.
Yeah. It was like...
His timing or his tempo just wasn't there.
Yeah.
I would have loved Roy Wood Jr. to take over that. I have watched him do, Have I Got News for You?
Okay.
It's the problem. It's the thing we complain about when we have a three-way panel.
Yeah.
Where I'm the host, but like if you put me more in a panel position, I can be funnier.
You have more things to say.
Because I'm listening and I'm going to react off of what you say rather than trying to guide the conversation. He's guiding the conversation on Have I Got News for You. So he doesn't get to say
the funny thing.
Or the funny thing he is going to say, it was pre-thought.
Yeah.
And he was pretty funny of like, when he interacted with Trevor, and Trevor, he would just catch Trevor off, like he was trying to break Trevor.
Yeah.
He was hilarious. So it's a shame that we don't get that. So I guess I just fucking proved my point that he would be a terrible host of The Daily Show because he wouldn't be hosting it. He'd be hosting it. I don't know. I guess when late night Colbert for me is the top guy. I liked Dave, but I would say the time that I got into Dave, he was on his back end.
Right, yeah.
So he wasn't as punchy or...
I vaguely remember... Yeah. I didn't understand it really as much at the time, I guess. I remember, I think my goal when I was younger was, just to make it through the top 10.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was like, all right, I can go to bed because I got to get up for school. But, I do remember trying to make it through the top 10.
I watch clips of him and Norm now. Like, those are probably the best, because, well, Norm is just one of my top comedians, but he is the best person to interview Norm. Him or Conan are the best people to interview Norm because they play into the Norm
Normness.
Yeah,
Of it all?
so well. The only other person I've seen Norm play into well was Jerry Seinfeld, and that's because I think Jerry Seinfeld takes himself too fucking serious to the point where they're having a conversation. It was the fucking the car show that Seinfeld did.
I was actually just gonna ask, did you watch any of the comedians in cars getting coffee?
Yeah, they were in a diner, and all of a sudden
Jerry
they're talking, and Norm said something. He's like, "Yeah, you would know if you had kids." And Jerry goes, "I have 3. 3 daughters, 1 daughter, and 2 boys." Really? And like Norm just played into like, "You have fucking kids?" And it was hilarious because like, I feel like Norm knew he had kids, but he was just playing that he didn't, and it broke Jerry to the point where Jerry's like could not believe like, what?
Yeah. Again, such a Jerry Seinfeld name of a fucking thing. Like, what am I gonna call this? Exactly. Shut up, Jerry. But it was okay. I only watched. It was more for the guest. I wasn't watching it for Jerry. Like,
Watched it for Norm and Larry.
yeah, I was gonna say there's a couple others. I don't remember who now, but like I'd scroll through the list, see who it was, be like, oh, maybe this is neat.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple that like, I don't know if it's just because they're not actually funny people, but like, it was a very dull conversation. You're like, you're supposed to be funny, and this sucks for both of you. Like,
The worst is watching like a comedian who isn't funny outside of his stand-up.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there was a couple of I don't remember who now because this was years ago that I watched it. But
We're
there was
not going to
some-
name names because we respect our peers.
No, there was somewhere.
Bert Kreischer.
They're riding along talking about like a squirrel running over there. Yeah, that was wild. Like, what? This is you guys are like, what?
Yeah.
You can't find something to like
It's those.
make a bit about?
I don't know the difference between extrovert and introvert, but it's the one that doesn't like people.
Introvert.
Yeah, those are the comedians that suck. Because when you put them in an interview space, they don't want to do the interview, and then they're very like
They just kind of like shut down.
shut
like,
down.
Yeah, I get that way sometimes.
No, I totally understand it. You turn the camera off, don't talk to me. So if I'm on your show, who knows what would happen?
Depends if you like him or not.
Yeah,
Like,
if I
I gotta go on Fallon. Fuck this. Actually, he's upstate Fallon, so it'd probably work.
I would look him dead in the eye, like, could you please stop fucking laughing? I didn't say anything funny. You're trying to make this interview work, and it's not working because I just don't like you. And I was told I had to be here because I did a picture for Universal, and that's why I had to be on your fucking show. And they canceled Colbert, so I can't even go over there. That was the dream. Now I'm on the Tonight Show, and they're like, I don't want to fucking be here. You're not the right Jimmy. And he'd laugh. He would laugh like, oh, you're insulting me. It's great. It's a bit. And I was like, if there was a gun on the table, you'd be dead. Fuck Jimmy Fallon. Which is weird because in high school, we had a contest for Mr. Deffert.
Okay.
And I was in it.
Like, you guys like pageant show?
Yeah. Why I was in it is clearly for personality.
You're saying you want to be on a pageant?
Well, I remember
wanna
walking.
be
I
Mr.
remember
Dace
signing
Man?
up for it, and I think they were supposed to get 12, and the senior class gets 6 people, and the other classes each get 2. I think.
Okay.
Is that math
Sure.
for the 12 months? Because we had a calendar too.
Yes. Okay.
And I remember going up to like cast my vote, and the advisor was like,
Was there a swimsuit portion?
"Yeah, oh, there was. I went. I didn't go out in a swimsuit. I went out in Amish attire. Because we had just done the year before Amish Paradise on the stage,
Oh,
so I
you
still had
it.
all of it.
Yeah.
I went out with the fake beard and everything. And I remember walking by the stage manager, who was a teacher at the time. Was like, "You wear that to the beach?" I was like, "I don't go to the beach." And I walked out to the stage. I also remember being like, when I signed up for it, the same guy who ended up being the stage manager was like, "Who are you voting for?" I was like, "Myself, 6 times." "All right, you're in." And he just walked away. I'm like, "Really? I'm in?" And he's like, "We only had 5 people interested. You're in." So
you just said yes. You got whatever. Come on,
fantastic. I did Idiot Boyfriend for my talent.
Okay.
Mainly because back then I could hit those notes, like really fucking good. And I remember the song got approved based on it being Jimmy Fallon. However, after the lyrics were said live, they went,
Oh.
Thank God the host, who was my history teacher and is very witty, came out and went, remember when Archie Bunker was risque? Because apparently his wife was on the panel too as I was singing this song. And I was doing the boombox beat.
Yeah.
With the, She was there. And I did not realize that she was in front of
You
me.
didn't stare her in the eyes.
No, I was looking out to the crowd and just stopping in front of every host, which one of them loved my voice and said I should start a band.
There's still time. You could.
There's not. Those notes aren't hit anymore.
I don't play an instrument though, so I can't. I can be the stage manager.
That's fair.
I could definitely wear a headset and
But-
carry a clipboard.
I made top 6, or no, I made top 3.
Out of 6?
No, it was out of 12.
Oh,
'Cause
you
it
did
was
say that originally.
Yeah. I made it
We'll
to somehow I made it to the final round, which somebody, I forget who said it, but they said it's because I knew how to work a mic.
Yeah.
Because everybody else who did singing talents would have the mic,
Yeah.
and when I was hitting the high
You
notes,
were pulling
was
away with it.
well enough like aware to just like get it away from me.
Yeah.
And I didn't blow out the speakers.
You've seen enough concerts.
Yeah,
you've
or
seen
just
them
like
do it?
concept of like I'm belting out. I should not have it.
Yeah.
And I got over for like the comedy bit
Why did
because
I lean in when I want to talk louder? Yell louder.
that's smart. I'm gonna blow your ears out.
Yeah.
And make my point. But during the swimsuit thing too, I hammed up the Amish thing. I hitched up the like you had to go out and do 3 poses, and like of course all the guys went out and did their like, I'm gonna show you have muscles. I've never had muscles.
Yeah.
I had leg muscles, so I wore shorts.
Show your calves.
Yeah, well that's when I was hitching up the buggy.
I don't know why I did this over here. You can't see my legs.
And then again, had they vetted me properly, I would not have been allowed to do this. I wouldn't have been able to do the things that I did. I churned butter for my last one,
Yeah.
but aggressively.
How else
And-
do you churn butter?
Exactly.
You got to get the curd.
You get it, and that's why you would allow me to get in there. But I churned butter, and that was my last flex. And then my answers
Wait,
like,
did you get a butter churn? Or you just mimed it?
oh, I mimed it, but
Okay.
like
I was really good.
when
at
you churn butter like this.
Well, you got to twist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty sure
My
you gotta twist.
my machine was more, I guess, perpendicular.
Oh, your whole your
Yeah,
your
it's a
sta-
swimsuit competition, and I don't have muscles, so I'm gonna flex something.
You were yeah. No, yeah. That's actually the old Amish trick is you gotta hold it against your
Yeah.
stomach.
Yeah.
To get more leverage.
Yeah,
on the-
and get the best butter you can. And I also apparently had some of the, I wouldn't say the best answers, but there was a clear confidence on the mic when I would go up to talk to the mic.
Yes.
Whereas like the people who are good looking probably didn't get much mic time.
Well, yeah, no. When you have looks, you don't need to talk.
No, but when you have personality, you start your own show.
Yeah.
But I thought it was ironic that how much I hate Jimmy Fallon now.
Did you laugh at yourself? Is that what the story was?
No, I used his song
Oh,
to
that was-
advance
okay.
back then, and mainly because it was like a party trick I would do. Because one of our friends dad's was a DJ, and they would play music, and whatever reason, at the end of the night, that's the fucking song I would sing. Was Idiot Boyfriend because I was able to hit those notes at the time.
Huh.
Yeah. I don't know what else was on that fucking album.
No, that's fair.
I just remember Idiot Boyfriend. I can't hit the notes anymore. So
cried.
no, but I just
maybe it's still inside.
thinking about it, it hurt. So no. But yeah, Jimmy Fallon sucks. I think that's gonna do it for us this week on the show.
Feels like it. Yeah, feels like a good time to
Good
stop.
stopping point. Like our throats hurt after churning butter. But Mr. Frank Ward,
Mr. Defford.
I wish. I don't even remember who won. I don't care who won.
You won in our hearts and souls. What am I doing? Is what you're about to ask me?
Yeah, what's going on in the neighborhood?
Well, we're playing games on Mondays and Fridays. It's open to interpretation. Like, look, just tune in.
Mondays.
Well, and Fridays. I mean, granted, Friday's probably going to be a game called Nightingale soon. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow, but mainly Monday, Fridays, we play video games of sorts with hopefully multiple people. And I'm here on the show on Thursdays when this comes up.
And there will be a monthly protocol in June. Whatever that might look like.
Allegedly. Yeah, who knows what we'll do? Well, we'll have Sal. Maybe, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Who knows?
We'll be at Adventureland.
Dace and I will be there.
With or without sound. We don't know. It's just, we wing it. Now, we're going to try to restructure that and make it better. That's why we didn't do one in May, even though technically we did one in May, and it was the comic book day. It counts. Still counts. I stream Sunday and Thursday. Well, I stream all 4 days, but Sunday and Thursday I stream. If you want to do that, you can.
No, I was just going to put them up here. You can keep talking.
Okay.
I
I stream Sunday and Thursdays. I just realized that's right by the mic. Sundays will be Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, which I've liked, and for whatever reason was like one of our better streams as of late. We had like 16, 17 live viewers in there. We got rated.
I thought you were going to go back to that
Thursday.
Last Thursday, yeah.
Yeah.
But you played whatever else you played.
Lego Batman.
That's the one.
The Dark Light, the Legacy of the Dark Knight. Not a bad stream. I had a couple people lingering. Chloe returned.
I did see that eventually because I do have the stream up.
Yeah.
And I glanced over and I saw the purple hearts.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, she's alive.
She is. Well, mainly because she was super jealous that I had gotten the game and she went and bought the game. So, you're welcome, Warner Brothers. But yeah, Sundays will be Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. Come hang out. Hopefully the people that were there on Sunday, last Sunday, or a couple Sundays hopefully at this point, return. And then Thursday will be Lego Batman and the Legacy of the Dark Knight, which is, any Lego game is pretty much fun. Like he said, Friday will be multiplayer games. Monday's kind of like a roulette right now. Friday seemingly will be Nightingale. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Maybe the podcast will come back at some point. We'll have more information on the DGC 13 at some point. It's that time of year where we got to restructure while we still try to have lives outside of this. So, I've been Chris the Dace Man Dace. He's been Frank Ward.
Smack it. Look at the flavors. So many flavors.
There's so many that we don't even have all of them now. They've released like 6 flavors since we recorded the last time.
Oh, well, I didn't dig too far into this either because I was trying not to ASMR.
I think that's most of them.
Is that still a thing to ASMR? Is that?
You're just missing sour cream and ranch.
I got ranch.
Oh, you're missing sour cream, which is green.
You guys like the ASMR? Is this good on the mic? You guys like ASMR? I don't have nails. All the white bitches do.
We are white bitches. Remember, basement dwellers, stick to the protocol. We'll see you next time.